The situation with democratic freedom in Azerbaijan, including freedom of assembly, is becoming more restricted due to actions of Azerbaijani government and limited responses from the international organizations. This was the leading subject of the conference, the role of freedom of assembly in the context of civic engagement, political pluralism and European integration. Opening the meeting, Leyla Aliyeva, head of the National and International Research Center, commented on the deteriorating human rights situation in Azerbaijan, mentioning the arrest of peaceful demonstrators, increasing pressure on lawyers, the violation of citizen property rights across the country, and the constant pressure on human rights defenders. The head of the Council of Europe's office in Baku, Konstantin Erokostopoulos, noted that despite the notification system in Azerbaijan, the organizer of rallies and other actions face problems and risk being detained, arrested, and fined. According to Erokostopoulos, the March-April events in Baku showed that Azerbaijan does not fully comply with its obligation to the Council of Europe to guarantee freedom of assembly undertaken 10 years ago. The deputy head of the OSCE office in Baku, John McGregor, reported on the international standards on freedom of assembly, which guarantee everyone the right to participate in peaceful assemblies. Restrictions on freedom of assembly must be proportionate and not violate the fundamental right to hold peaceful demonstrations. McGregor said that restriction must be justified and submitted to the organizer in advance so that they have the opportunity to appeal those denied in court. In addition, the state must ensure the safety of rally participants. Alexandra Delemonchuk from the Ukrainian Center of Civil Freedom talked about the experience of striving to achieve freedom of assembly in 6 post-Soviet countries, including the Eastern Partnership countries. She described the process as one step forward, 2 steps back. Several Eastern Partnership countries which joined the new international initiative at the same time have tightened their legislation regarding freedom of assembly. She talked about possible ways to prevent restrictions on freedom of assembly, including holding joint rallies representing various sectors of civil society and different interests. The leader of the Musavat Party, Issa Gambar, noted the necessity of international organizations providing assistance to Azerbaijan, where recently 20 political activists have been put in prison. But he also reproached the European Union, OSCE, and other structures in continuing to fund ineffective projects on democratic enlightenment. Lawyer Anna Jubeila asked OSCE, Council of Europe, and European Union representatives what concrete steps should be taken to influence government officials in Baku. In their responses, the representative of the OSCE and Council of Europe complained that they can only identify the problems and urge the authorities to solve them. The representative of the Council of Europe also pointed to the complexity of effort to pressure the court, since decisions are often blocked by groups of states who support each other. In his view, such violations are only possible in special extreme cases. Azerbaijan Popular Front Party leader Ali Keremli objected and asked what else could happen in Azerbaijan for the country to be recognized as an extreme station when one of 2 dictatorships left in Europe governance in Azerbaijan. The authorities even refused to give visa to PACE rapporteur on political prisoners Christopher Strasser, he said.